What's up guys, Romine here. Quick shout out Y Nickel Farms. We're out here shooting today. 945 Industries sent me a bag and I carried it for a little while, reached back out to them. They sent me a new design and this is the new design. So this is obviously a concealed carry bag. I have a gun in here and in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about my thoughts, how it can be changed. 945 Industries is very open to any tips that I might have for them to make it better for people who want to carry this bag, and my overall thoughts. So let's get to it. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the features of the bag. So I like the fact that you have two options here. You can wear the bag like this, or behind you, you can essentially wear it up higher on your body. You can also, it has little hooks right here. I took them off because I'm not going to do it, but if you want to do it, then whatever. You can attach it around your waist like a fanny pack. Now there's an issue that I'm going to talk about later if you're going to wear it like this, but you have that. You have a zipper in the back, which when I'm carrying this, that's where I keep my spare magazine. And then you have a zipper in the front where I don't really have a whole lot of stuff. I got business cards and a trigger guard holster, and I'll talk about that in a second. Well, I'll just talk about it now. So you see the guns in here, it's in a holster, but in this configuration, it has to be in the bag, right? So if I want to, I can give myself an extra option. It doesn't come with this. I already had this, but I can then put this trigger guard holster, and it's empty, safe and clear, checks are free. I can put my trigger guard on this and then put that trigger guard on my body and then walk around like that. And then it stays on my clip, on my belt clip when I draw it. So I keep an option for that. It has these tassels. It has a large tassel that you can pull to give yourself access to the gun. And notice there's nothing else in here. You don't want anything impeding your gun, because if you have to reach for your gun, that's all that matters, not your keys, not anything else. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about the practicality of it. I think it's pretty practical. It's pretty practical. Sometimes you're just wearing clothes where, you're not out in the country, you're not wearing flannels and jackets and stuff like that, and concealing in clothes that fit is a little bit more challenging. And to keep from having to go extremely small for your primary weapon on your waist, you can have a slightly larger weapon, or even, potentially larger than this. They have various sizes and you can have access to it. So if you have to use it, you just have to be spatially aware, situationally aware, figure out what's going on and get to this when you need it. Now, the previous model had actual zippers. These have tassels. Now it had, the zipper part that you move that, like, let's say YKK on it or something like that. They had that, and then they had the tassels attached to that. So I took the tassels off. I took the tassels off on these too when I got it, and then realized there was nothing else. It's just nub here. I don't like that. And I don't like that because if I'm reaching for this, I need my gun. I'm not going to have my bag open, so these aren't going to be far apart. They're going to be close. And sometimes, as I've been training and shooting with this thing, I grab a handful of tassels and I do. Ah! That's a lot of fumbling when you're trying not to die. I don't like that. Also, to double down on that point, I'm never going to have to re-zip it fast. That's not a thing. If I've had to grab my gun and press out, I'm going to keep my gun out as long as there's a potential threat, and then I will reluctantly reholster it, okay? So the other thing that I have an issue with is how much this flops around. You can get about 75% to 80% consistency with this flopping around, but you still have that other 15 to 20% where it's like, if it's here, on your back and you're doing something, and then you come down, you didn't get the best purchase on it. So I don't know how they could fix this, but my mind says I would like for this to maybe protrude through an opening so it stays in one spot and doesn't flap around everywhere. Those are the two biggest issues, are the tassels and this just moving wildly. But I'm going to put my headphones on and I'm going to get a couple runs in just so you can see how I shoot it. All right, so it's here. in promotions for this stuff, a lot of guys were doing this, and then with their hands here, they're just coming down and pulling. I like to train stuff hands down because it's always going to be easier for me to get to something up here. Train both, whatever, but I'm going to keep my hands down because I'm going to go with the mindset of I was taken by surprise. Okay. So let me grab a timer. Let's actually start timing stuff. All right, so we're back. Y'all didn't know that Unc was here watching me, but he is. So Dwayne's going to time me, and when I hear the beep, I'm going to draw, shoot one shot, and I'm standing about 7 yards, and we're going to see how long it takes for me to get it hands down. So just
all right,
whenever.
Shooter ready.
Yep.
Stand by. 2.86.
2.86. All right, we're going to try it again. I yanked that thing hard, and I still had that snag on it. Let's try it again.
Shooter ready.
Yep.
Stand by. 3.03.
3.03. Okay, so now I'm going to move it in front of me here instead of being on the side, and we'll see if that makes any difference.
Shooter ready.
Ready.
Stand by. 2.5.
2.5. Let's try that again.
All right. Shooter ready.
Ready.
Stand by. 2.87.
2.87. All right, now we're going to do it from the back. So let's say I'm working on something and I got to pull it around. Now I've already thought about this, and my thought is I'm going to just grab this strap and yank it in front. So we'll see how that works.
All right, you're ready.
Ready?
Stand by. 4.06.
4.06. I don't like that. All right, let's try it again.
Shooter ready.
Ready?
Stand by. 2.98.
2.98. Okay, so I think what made the difference there was I brought this hand around and swung it in front of me and then did this. But as you can see,
yeah, all right.
Thank you.
All right.
As you can see, there's a lot that goes into this, and you know, it's cool, but you have to know what purpose it serves, and then if you're going to decide to purchase this, you need to practice with it a lot, because with this thing swinging on your body, that's more variability than if you just had your gun in your holster. And your gun's in your holster in the same spot every day. All you have to do is defeat your garment. I have to bring this to me in some type of way. This has to stay, it has to be in a place where I can get to it quickly. In the back of my mind, I still think, oh man, I hope I don't grab these tassels. And then when you open it, you have to be able to position your body in a certain way where your gun isn't flopping around so you can get to it. Now, let's talk about this. I'm bringing my hand this way. I am essentially weaker doing this. Somebody could push into me a lot easier than if I was doing it the opposite direction. So for me to have to do this, you have to really have good finger control, trigger finger control, because you saw how I flubbed with it a little bit. So you don't want to flub with it, shoot yourself or shoot the person who you're trying to protect, family member or whatever, or shoot an innocent person. So if I draw it right here, you see where it's pointed? It's pointed behind me. What's behind me in this current point in time? Well, I know it's nothing and it's safe to point it here, but if I'm at a mall or anywhere else out in life, I don't know. So that motion of, I've thought about this. What I think would be the best way to do it is, let's say you pull down and you bring it to you. Bring it to you so that way you can start shooting from here, or you can just go on and bring it up. But you could already do, you know, that type of action if you're into that. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try it a little slow so we can see it. All right, taking my time on this one. That's clean. Let me see if I can try it again. I'm gonna speed it up. Okay, I threw that one because my grip wasn't good. It's the first shot I've thrown. Okay. All right, I think that the shots are good. You have enough time to get some decent shots, but then you have to factor in this bag's moving and you're moving. You're moving. This is moving around on you. Look at all this. So overall, I wouldn't say a flat out no, don't buy it. I would go back to, if it serves the correct purpose, then sure. And if this is the best way for you to carry your gun based on where you are or what you're wearing, then it is what it is. You just want to practice with it a lot dry, and then practice actually shooting live on the range, and then try to practice with some movement, because in real life, you're not just going to stand there. But I would say that in order for me to feel truly comfortable carrying this and, being able to consistently get, several shots off from the draw with relatively high consistency in short amounts of time, like 2-3 seconds, these have to go. The tassels have to go. And I just want zippers. I don't want any strings around here. And we need to make this tab more stationary, and we can get rid of this tassel too. I don't care. And when I see tassels on things, me being in the gun space, I'm like, gun, there's a gun. Hey, this guy has a gun. So just regular zippers, stationary, and then maybe make something easier to get to a spare magazine, or have a spare magazine compartment. They have one on their website that you can attach to the side, but that flops around too. That's the thing. It has so much potential. It's like it's almost there. It's just not quite there yet. But it's usable, but it could be better. So hope you like that review, honest review. I'm not crapping on it. I do like it, just need some minor tweaks, and then we're in there. So like, comment, subscribe, 945 Industries. Once again, thank you for sending me this. See you on the next one. Roman.